Okay, good evening and welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for January, Town of Eastchester. Tonight is Tuesday, January 10, 2023. We begin our meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, while everyone's getting settled in, I usually take this time to go over the ground rules. Firstly, we observe Robert's Rules of Parliamentary Order, which most government agencies do, and essentially what that means is that action is taken on motion, resolution, and vote, and that generally applications are made and people get to communicate with the board when you're recognized by the chair. So while we're on that topic, just for new applications, the new applications are what are known as marks submitted. Your entire package, all of the documents are a public record. So you do not need to, when you apply, come before the board, reread your entire application. It won't hurt your application, but it's not going to help either. We're all familiar with it, and what we generally do is ask you just briefly summarize your application, and then the board will have an opportunity to ask questions, sometimes comment, and then upon motion, if it's approved, the public will have an opportunity to be heard, and then an applicant will have an opportunity to reply, and then the board will have an opportunity to ask questions. So that's generally what new applications will be facing. Now, before we get into that, I generally would like to call the roll, and we have 6 items on for resolution, which will be decided tonight. We do have 3 items of new business, so I want to make sure that you're here and you're ready to proceed. So let's start with item number 1. That's 22-48, 5 Nancy Place. Ready to proceed? Okay. Number 2, 22-49, 120 Lakeshore Drive. Ready to proceed? Thank you. Number 3, 22-50, 14 Hilltop Road. Ready to proceed? Okay, great. All right, so one other item on the ground rules thing. No new correspondence is accepted after the close of the public meetings. We've been mentioning that the last few meetings because of those meetings, because of the pandemic that were remote and somewhat different nature of information coming into the board. So again, once the public hearing is closed, no new correspondence is accepted. Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes of the November 15, 2022 meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. On the resolution calendar, item number 1, I make a motion to approve application 22-41, 1091 California Road. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. DeMarco, all right, to the vote. Mr. Cahalan?
No.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Nerzia?
Yes.
Mr. DeMarco?
Yes.
I vote yes. That application's been approved 4-1. Number 2, I make a motion to approve application 22-38, that's 54 Stratford Road. However, that approval is subject to the following conditions agreed upon by the applicant at the November 15, 2022 meeting. 1, the pool setback to the side yard shall be increased to 9 feet, whereas a minimum of 10 feet is required, a deficiency of 1 foot or 10%, and the rear yard setback for the pool shall be increased to 10 feet, eliminating the need for the area variance in this location. So in conjunction with that motion for approval, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Cahalan, to the vote. Mr. Cahalan?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Nerzia?
Yes.
Mr. DeMarco?
Yes.
I vote yes. That application's been approved 5-0. Number 3, I have a motion to approve application 22-42, California Road. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Miller, to the vote. Mr. Cahalan?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Nerzia?
Yes.
Mr. DeMarco?
Yes.
I vote yes. That application's been approved 5-0. Item number 4, the motion to deny application 22-4359 Overlook. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Cahalan, on a denial, a yes vote is a agreement with the denial. A no vote is a approval of the application. Mr. Cahalan?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Nerzia?
No.
Mr. DeMarco?
Yes.
I vote yes. That application's been denied 4-1. Number 5, I make a motion to approve application 22-44, 118 Park. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan. To the vote, Mr. Cahalan?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Nerzia?
Yes.
Mr. DeMarco?
Yes.
I vote yes. That application has been approved 5-0. Number 6, I make a motion to approve application 2245 Kids Corner for Gray Rock Road. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan. To the vote, Mr. Cahalan?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Nerzia?
Yes.
Mr. DeMarco?
Yes.
I vote yes. That application has been approved 5-0. Okay. First item of new business, 22-48. That's 5 Nancy Place. The applicant come forward, give us your name and address for the record, and while you're getting set up, this is an area variance related to additions and alterations to an existing single-family home.
Good evening, Chairman, board members. My name is Adamo Majorano from Community Designs and Engineering. On behalf of the applicant and owner, Nick DeSalvo, we are proposing additions and alterations to 5 Nancy Place. The property is situated in a R7.5 zoning district, and what's unique about this property is it's a odd-shaped lot, but it's located in a cul-de-sac or a dead end, and at the end of Nancy Place, there's only 2 properties, one to the right and one to the left, which is our proposed project. And then facing, the front yard to the right side yard is adjacent to a rear yard of a home that is situated on Overhill Road. So given that the applicant or owner purchased the home a few months ago, and their envision was sort of creating their forever home, and in doing so, these proposed additions or alterations are essential for the needs of the family. So what we did was situating on the property to obviously take advantage of the most of the property as we can. On the right-hand side, the property sort of extends towards the front, so we situated the garage on that portion. This was also not to have to affect every side of the property. We're really only affecting the right side of this property and coming out forward. So the proposed attached 2-car garage will be situated in this right front yard, which is where we're seeking this area variance. And basically the layout will help us, create that flow where they enter into the garage and then they have direct access into the extended first floor area, which is basically behind this garage. And then above, we're just adding additional bedrooms and a master suite. But the second floor addition will basically be located well within the front setbacks. It's basically set behind this front, garage addition. So given that basically the area variances that we are seeking is a front yard setback. So required in this zone is 30 feet. And our proposed garage addition is at 19 feet. I know it's the front yard. I just wanted to stress again. So given the odd shape of this lot, basically when you offset that radius in the front, it's only a corner portion of that garage that extends into this front yard. And secondly, with that variance, we are also requesting a side yard variance of 1 foot. So this is just so that we could sort of decrease the amount of front variance that we're asking for. So if we shift the garage a little bit towards the side where it's 11 feet and 12 feet is proposed, we're increasing the front yard setback at that 19 feet. And then I'll just go to the in that elevation, that's basically what the proposed front would look like with the garage addition towards that right-hand side. And along, obviously, with all of the renovations and alterations, there's going to be all new finishes throughout the home and new stormwater management for all of the proposed impervious surfaces as well. I think that sums it up.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. To the board, any questions? Mr. Cahalan?
None.
Mr. Miller?
No.
Mr. Nerzia?
None.
Mr. DeMarco?
No.
Your application's pretty concise, and you've answered the 5-part test to my satisfaction, but let's open this to the public, so let me make a motion to open this to the public. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor? Aye. Would anyone from the public like to be heard on this application? Please come forward, give your name and address for the record, and proceed.
Thank you. My name is Anthony Longo. We live at 3 Nancy Place. So this new family are our immediate neighbors. We've had major renovations across the street, both houses, and then we did a major reservation. So we fully know what's ahead of us, ahead of them, with all of the construction we're looking forward to. We support their application and look forward to their enjoying their home for, let's hope, many, many years to come. Thank you.
Mr. Longo, thank you for your presentation and your time. Would anyone else like to be heard on this application? Seeing no one else, I make a motion to close the public hearing on this matter. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor? Aye. Okay, back to the board. Mr. Cahalan, anything? Questions, comments? Mr. Miller?
No.
Mr. Nerzia?
No.
Mr. DeMarco?
No, thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, you answered the 5-part test to my satisfaction, particularly your point about the odd-shaped lot and how that garage is into a portion of the lot that's also jutting out. I make an application to adjourn this matter for resolution at the next meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Miller, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your application. Item number 2, 22-49, 120 Lakeshore Drive. And while you're setting up, this is an area variance related to proposed addition and alteration to an existing single-family home. Name and address for the record, and please proceed.
Good evening, Chair, members of the board. Louis Campana, architect, on behalf of the applicant who's here this evening, Kodra Sokol Kodra. 120 Lakeshore Drive is a 25,797 square foot lot located in the R15 zone. Here's the site plan, and this lot is burdened by a number of variables, one of which is the awkward-shaped lot, which fronts 2 streets. We have Lakeshore Drive and Lakeshore Drive North. There is a substantial slope starting on the north end of the lot and then receding down towards the south end. There's a water body towards the rear yard, which is the barrier between Eastchester and the city of New Rochelle. We're proposing a second-story addition to the existing dwelling, and that also consists of 2 one-story additions, one of which is located in the southeast corner, and the other in the southwest corner. We're here this evening for the southwest corner, where we have a one-story addition. What we're doing is the current house is an L configuration. As you can see here on the existing site plan, here's the L configuration.
Okay.
And we're capturing that corner with that one-story addition. The regulations stipulate a 16-foot setback, and we're proposing a 14-foot 11 setback for a variance of just under 7%. We strongly believe that the benefit to the applicant grossly outweighs the detriment to the neighborhood, and we feel that this is a substantial improvement to the site as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. To the board, any questions? Mr. Cahalan?
None.
Mr. Miller?
None.
Mr. Nerzia?
No.
Mr. DeMarco?
None.
I don't have anything at this time. I make a motion to open this matter to the public for a public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Would anyone from the public like to be heard on this application? Okay, seeing no one, I make an application to close the public hearing on this matter. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Cahalan, anything?
Nothing.
Mr. Miller?
Nope.
Mr. Nerzia?
Nope.
Mr. DeMarco?
Nope.
I've, again, reviewed your application. It's thorough. It seems to address the 5-part test. It's in consistency with the neighborhood. It doesn't seem to be a detriment, and it's certainly de minimis in my eyes. I make a motion to adjourn this matter for resolution at the next meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Miller, all in favor? Aye. Thank you for your
Okay,
presentation.
thank you for your time this evening.
Okay. Last item tonight, under new business, this is item 322-50, 14 Hilltop Road. While you're getting set up, this is an area variance for a proposed swimming pool. Name and address for the record, and please proceed.
Good evening. My name is John Yanacito. I'm an architect, and I'm representing 14 Hilltop Realty, LLC, the owners of the subject property. We are proposing the removal and replacement of an in-ground swimming pool at the rear yard of the existing single-family residence. The existing kidney-shaped pool, which is outlined in red here on the site plan, is currently non-conforming with respect to the side yard setback and the rear yard setback. The existing pool is being replaced with a rectangular shaped pool. The new pool will be constructed in the same location as the existing pool and will also require 2 area variances. The first will be the setback to the principal structure, where the proposed setback is 12 feet and the required is 14, deficiency of 2 feet. And the second variance is for the rear yard setback, which the proposed is 5 feet and the required is 10 feet, a deficiency of 5 feet. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your presentation. Questions to the board? Mr. Cahalan?
No.
Mr. Miller?
No.
Mr. Nerzia?
None.
Mr. DeMarco?
None.
I don't have any either. I make a motion to open the public hearing on this matter. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. DeMarco, all in favor?
Aye.
Would anyone from the public like to be heard on this application? Seeing no one, I make a motion to close the public hearing on the matter. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. DeMarco, all in favor? Aye. Okay, to the board. Questions, comments? Mr. Cahalan?
None.
Mr. Miller?
Nope.
Mr. Nerzia?
None.
Mr. DeMarco?
No.
I've reviewed your application. You've, to my satisfaction, answered the 5-part test. It's certainly not out of character with the neighbor, and it doesn't seem to be a detriment to the neighborhood to me. So I make a motion to adjourn this matter for resolution at the next meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Galen, all in favor? Aye. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, I have one more resolution tonight, and that, application, and that's to adjourn this meeting to our February meeting, which will be February 14, 2023. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. DeMarco, all in favor? Aye. Good night.